Hello friends. Well, today we're going to look at Hal Finney. We looked at Satoshi, now we're going to look at Hal Finney. He was one of the originals very early on in Bitcoin. He is now deceased, but let's see who he was and what kind of a part he played in this whole Bitcoin thing. So, how are you going to show up for us today, Hal Finney? You can't change anyone else, just yourself. You can't change anyone else, just yourself. Okay, well, that's good advice, Hal Finney. I don't know much about him, but that's okay. I usually don't know much about the people I'm doing reads on. That's why I do a reading. Because I don't want to know what the public knows. I want to know what I need to know. Check in with your body and release any tension you are carrying. Well, it's going to be tough because he's deceased. Check in with your body and look for tension. Oh, Mr. Hal Finney. Give us your wisdom, please. Spirit guides, source, ascended masters, departed loved ones, angels, guides. Help us get a read on Hal Finney. Let him show up and give us some good advice. Retreat. 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 Well, I think that's true right now. I think he has retreated. Let's see what the book says. Retreat. Card's number is 40, if that means anything to you. Okay, retreat. This is a good time to retreat into your safe place, a quiet time to gather your resources for what's to come. Work on making your body, mind, and soul as strong and unencumbered as possible. This is the card that urges you to get your ducks in a row for the changes that lay ahead. Changes sometimes come fast and furious, even when they are longed for. It can take us unprepared. By drawing this card, you are advised to prepare for some changes coming your way soon. Alternatively, take this time to process the changes that you have recently gone through. Well, that's interesting. I wonder if he's coming back, or he's going to be reborn, or if he's going to be a walk-in. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, what cards are we going to use? We'll go back to these. They keep wanting to roll around, so we'll use these for Hal Finney. Okie dokie. Okay, Hal Finney, how are you showing up for us today? What do you need to tell us, Hal Finney? Pentacles, generosity, children sometimes. Okay, that's how he's showing up. Generous. Nice guy. Taking care of people. Six of Pentacles. Alright, what's crossing him? Or what was crossing him? I don't know. What's crossing him? Queen of Wands. This is a woman who is all things to all people. She is magical. She is a force of nature. She is mystical. Okay, let's see, where are we coming from? The Page of Pentacles. So, learning, studying, understanding, encompassing. And we're hoping to get where? The world. Well, end of a cycle, a new place. Let's see, where are we going to? 4 cups, so not seeing something right in front of our eyes. Hal Finney comes from a knowledge of money. He's hoping to achieve the world, bringing it to the world, but he's not seeing what's right in front of him. I guess maybe he didn't understand just how important this stuff was. Queen of Wands was in front of him. I wonder if that was a person, or if that's a thing. I feel like it was a person. Anyway, tools. Oh, a gateway, a portal. A portal, a gateway, achievement, a realization of a goal. Interesting read. How does he see himself in terms of the situation? High Priestess. Well, mystical understanding. I guess, wow. Maybe before his passing, he had a mystical understanding of Bitcoin. Seems that way. Environment. 3 of Cups, celebrations. Celebrating because he knew what it was. He had a mystical understanding and he knew what it was. Wow. He's like one of the first guys that picked up on this stuff. He must have been very, very intelligent. Hopes and fears. Knight of Cups. Humanitarian efforts that might come too slowly. But slowly but surely it will arrive. Hopes and fears. What's the ultimate goal? 2 of Wands. Yeah, looking at the world and the scepter and looking out and getting ready to change everything. Getting ready to change everything. Wow. This is a really powerful read. I didn't know that Hal Finney was going to show up like in this way. Like, holy cow. Really, really powerful. So, before I move on, it seems that he understood right away that this was something that was going to benefit humanity. He came from a place of studying and he understood things very well. And the world, the end of a cycle, he saw what was needed and he understood that what was being offered was going to change everything. He understood it. He said, it's going to change everything. And although he didn't see everything that was happening now, he understood it was a divine gift that we weren't looking for, but it was a divine gift that we were given. We had these things, but these things weren't really helpful. But this divine gift is what really made the difference. And he understood it was a portal. He had a tool that was a portal. It was going to bring us to a whole nother place. A whole nother place that we have never been before. And there's our portal. It's a success. It's the next step up for our humanity. This woman who is crossing him, I don't know who she is, but I really feel like it's a person. And a sunflower, the culmination of things. Maybe not crossing him in a bad way, maybe showing him the way, helping him understand. I just, I'm just looking for the right word. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. I just feel like I'm missing something with her. Well, maybe it'll come out in the rest of the cards. Stands for being attractive, wholehearted, energetic, cheerful, and self-assured. Attractive, wholehearted, energetic, cheerful, self-assured. I'm not getting the words I want. Queen of Wands. Irresistible, charismatic woman whose energy draws in all into her fold. Ethical, noble, sincere, welcoming, successful, enterprising, exceptional, accommodating. Well, so maybe there was a woman, an important woman, but she seems to be crossing him. I don't know. I don't know what that is yet. Anyway, he understands illusion, and he understands the things that are in place to keep us in place. And he understands a lot of things. He comes from a place of celebration because he understands what this is. He's enlightened. I guess enlightenment. Maybe he shows up as generous and open-hearted and giving to children, but he's also this. Maybe that's who he is. He is the Queen of Wands. He is all things to all people. He is the sunflower and the culmination. But he was one man, and it was very early. And the King of Cups is bringing it in. It's bringing in this thing, this tool, this new way of being. But he knew Wands. It wasn't a game for him. He understood. Because the High Priestess, she understands the illusions, and she can see past all the confusion and the lies, and she can see clearly. And she has that information internally. So we're looking at a new place and a new world, and we're moving to that new place and that new world. And he understood that, and he's understood it was early. It wasn't time for action yet. Plans, hopes, dreams, plans, but not action yet. But thinking about the world. He's got the world right in here. He's thinking about it, going, this is going to change everything. Yeah. So he knew. He knew. He knew. Not just he knew, but he knew. Like, really deeply in his soul, he understood. Very interesting man. No wonder he's posthumously famous. And he understood you can't change other people, which was the dilemma, because he wanted it to be adopted more quickly. And you can't change people. You gotta let them do what they're gonna do on the timing of what they're gonna do. So he saw it was gonna change the world, but he knew it was gonna take a while. And he knew he probably wasn't gonna see it, maybe. I don't know. But he already knew about the portal. He's already somewhere better. He is the mouse. Okay, mouse. Mouse is right up front. That's why I'm going slow. Mouse. Detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, nervous. The mouse has an innate desire to tend to details. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they have gone too far. Soon they begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every detail. This can be quite a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When the mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that's worthy of your exacting eye. Organized, resourceful, prepared. Interesting that he's small-minded, nitpicky, and nervous. Doesn't come off that way. Okay, let's see what the Lenormand can tell us. Small-minded, nitpicky, and nervous. That just doesn't even fit. Maybe worrying about too many of the little details. Missing the big picture. Worrying about the little stuff. And missing the big picture. More illusions. And messages from afar. And love. Humanity and love. Well, the messages could seem like they're an illusion from afar, but they're really to help humanity. It's all about love. It's all about loving humanity. It's all about getting the message. Getting the message. Ignoring the illusion. Or looking at the illusion, but getting the message from the illusion anyway, because you can understand it. Here's the illusion, but here's one who understands the illusion. And that message, the illusion of the message, will bring about a better thing for humanity. We can see through the illusion. The message is clear for humanity. For him, it was clear. He saw it. Even if he was talking about it, nobody was listening. Maybe this was a very capable, wonderful person, a wife, a sister, a friend, who he just couldn't communicate to them what this was, even though he could see it. He couldn't get them to see it. And here's this wonderful person, and they couldn't see it. And he's trying to explain it to them, but they couldn't see it. But he could see it. Moon card. Yeah, I feel like this was an important person to him, an important woman in his life, and he was trying to explain it to her, and she just couldn't get it. And she was marvelous and wonderful and attractive and energetic and dynamic, and she was a fabulous person, and she just couldn't get it. And that really bothered him, because he wanted to share that with her, and she just couldn't get it. She couldn't see it. But he could. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. when outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. I'm going to put it over here, and that'll be more exciting to look at. Full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Full moon in Libra, the sign of partnerships, of falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests you're either about to start a new relationship or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow, perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season, if it's a relationship is ending now. It's doing so at the right time, so try not to fight it. This card can also refer to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. Let go of that which is falling away. See the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. It's time for you to make a firm decision. Time for you to focus on yourself for a while. Look after yourself, but avoid vanity. Now is the time for a makeover. No matter when you pull the full moon in Libra card, it encourages you to find a balance between your desires and those of the people around you. Balance is a very Libran energy, and full moon brings things to a peak. Dramas and upsets bring partnerships to the fore. Libra energy also brings love energy. Negotiations are easier. Yeah, I think that's the whole crux of his story, is that although he could see it, and he was a very intelligent and spiritually aware person, he had it all together, and he could see it, but someone that he loved very much, who was very important to him, just couldn't get on board. And he was very frustrated by that. But he knew that there was good things coming, and he knew that that was a temporary thing. But he was concerned about humanity, because he really understood that even smart, capable, wonderful people are just not going to get it, because this person didn't get it. And he was very worried about changing the world and having a new cycle and being able to get through that portal. And he was, generous with his energy and his time, but they just couldn't get it. And so he had to just kind of let it be that way. He had to just retreat and say, you know what, I love you, I'm not going to fight over it. When you're ready, you'll come around. So that's interesting. That's like a personal story of someone who was caught in a relationship, and although he understood everything, he just couldn't convince this amazingly smart, wonderful, capable person that it was actually so. And I guess that's his story. He believed, but he couldn't get her to believe. And he left the world thinking that he was sad, that was a problem. Because that's going to be a problem for not just him, but for everybody. Smart, capable people just aren't going to catch on. And you're going to talk to them, and it's not going to matter. So there we are. Hal Finney. Interesting story, personal. But he's watching, and he's seeing that we're catching on. We'll figure it out. It's going to take some time, but we'll figure it out. Okay, anyway. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, comment, please. Thank you, 31 subscribers. Still going for 100. And we'll see you tomorrow.